Hey guys, it's Miss Monique. So I'm here doing a video about this is a road examiner's rant, but it may or may not help someone. Okay, I'm not going to be giving you what we do on the exam and how you can pass. I'm not going to do that. Okay, this is just a rant. Okay, so first, let me tell you what the job of an examiner is. Now, this is CDL examiner, regular driver's license examiner. Our job is just to observe, give instructions, and observe. Okay, your job. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had received a call. Now, I may get another call, so it may be another break in this video. And you know how Miss Monique is. She don't know how to do the editing and all that. So I will piece it all together. But as I was saying earlier, the road test examiner's job is to give instructions and observe, okay? The person who's coming to get their CDL license, their regular license, your job and responsibility is, before you even come to us, is to study the handbook, the state handbook, whichever state you live in, they have a handbook. Nowadays, there are all kinds of apps on the internet and everything. But it's your job to study the state that you live in, their handbook, laws, signs, everything, and also to practice out on the road, correct driving. Basic driving and to know left from right, which lane you're supposed to drive in. You're supposed to have that information when you come to me as the road test examiner. Once again, I am a road test examiner in the state of Florida. Every state, they do things differently. Guys, I have my notes right here. So I am going to be looking at my notes because I have a lot to say. And hopefully this video won't be too long. But the first thing I wanted to state, after you study, every state is different. And they may be doing the same test and they may not. And I can tell you, for instance, I am from Maryland. And in Maryland, when I went and got my license, I had to know how to parallel park. Well, I got here in Florida, that's not a part of the test. But they have parking on a grade here in Florida. So your state may require different tests. And that's why it's important for you to study the handbook from your state, guys. Okay. So, but that doesn't change my job. Whatever state you're in, or it doesn't change the job of the examiner. Okay, their job is just to give instructions and observe you. Okay, now, so when you come to take your test, when you say, I'm ready, I'm coming to the state today, whatever state you're in, saying that I'm ready to take my exam, you are saying that you studied your handbook and that you have been practicing. And you're just coming to show me I'm ready to get my license. So these are things just in general, guys. When you go to for any test, then there will be one difference. You should be driving with two hands. Now, if you out here in these streets and you've been driving forever and you never had your license and now you want to come and get your license, sir, ma'am, hey, you have to drive with two hands unless your car is a manual, or for a CDL person, unless your truck is a manual. Other than that, you need to be driving with two hands. And you should know that already. Another thing in general is you need to be using your signals. I know a lot of people out on the road don't use their signals, but guys, use your signals. Signals indicate to someone in front of you and in the back of you that I'm getting ready to do something. It will prevent accidents. I don't know where we got away from using signals. You need to use your signals, guys. Not just for this test, in general. This is to every driver out there. It's lightning. It's lightning and thunder and pouring down raining here in Florida. It's about 80 degrees, but we are going to be having rain all weekend, and that's why I'm in the house. Nothing to do because it was just raining. I knew it was going to be raining. Now it just started pouring down raining, but I'm going to finish this video, guys. Okay, so, you know, and you need to know the left from the right. These are general things. Use your signals and know which side of the road you're supposed to drive on. This is not the UK. I think they drive on the opposite side in the UK. Even if you come from Venezuela or wherever, I believe they drive on the right side. So, you know, hey, or when you come to the United States and you want a license, we drive on the right side of the road, okay? Marked or unmarked road, we drive on the right side of the road. That is the correct side of the road. So those are just basic things that you should know. Okay? Also, a stop sign is a stop sign. We call it a California stop where you just like pause. No, if you're taking your exam, you should know that you should come to a complete stop. You know, guys, you should come to a complete stop. So those are just basic things that you need to know. Those things, they might not, well, they're probably in the handbook, but you shouldn't need a handbook to tell you to use your signals, drive with two hands, and stop at stop signs and drive on the right side of the road, okay? Okay, so first, guys, remember that it's a test. It is a test. I don't know about other states, but here in Florida, it's not a time test. I mean, of course, you're not going to take 24 hours or 2 hours or whatever, but it's not a time test. Take your time. You're nervous. Everybody's nervous. You're nervous because you're taking a test, and we're nervous as the examiner because we don't know what kind of driving skills you have. 0, none, maybe. We don't know if you're going to run a stop sign. We don't know. So we're just not as scared as you are, but you know, and you're using your own vehicle, so there's no brake on the passenger side where we could just put our foot on the brake, you know. So know that too as the examiner. Like I said, we're just there to give instructions and observe. So for those that are coming from other countries, just my basic thing is, you know your side of the road. You should know your side of the road before you come here. Okay, that's not, I didn't know and this and that. No, then that means that you're not ready yet. You got to know the basics, left and right, and your side of the road. Okay. All right. Next, I believe if English is not your first language, or you don't really understand English, or you're just learning English, or you not certain, you can get a translator. I know in Florida you can get a translator. There's some paperwork that you can have filled out, and then you can have a translator in the vehicle. And while I'm saying that, guys, people are coming. You can have a translator, fill a paperwork out, and then they can come. Now, you can't roll up with your mother, your father, your brother, your husband, your wife, talking about, I don't understand, and they're going to translate. No, it does not work like that. Paperwork needs to be filled out, okay? And then that person can translate for you, and they will ride with you. So, just in general, the only person that's in the vehicle is the person taking the test and the examiner. It's not a ride along with your kids or your husband, your wife, your sister, your brother, your boyfriend. No, they can't ride. It's a test. Okay, and so just remember that. You know, you get that sometimes. So, you know, unless there's a translator involved, then the translator would ride in the back of the vehicle, okay? Next, Don't get mad at the examiner if you fail the test. Hey, it's not the examiner's fault that you failed. Listen, again, and you're going to hear me saying it throughout the video. Listen, the examiner's job is to give instructions, give directions, and observe. If you fail, it's not the examiner's fault. Know that. Okay? So if you do fail, make sure if you have any questions after you get some advice from the examiner, which I'm hoping that the examiner will help you with whatever you did wrong, give you instructions, give you advice, what you could fix to pass the next time. Take that, and then if you have additional questions, that's the time to ask. Go home, practice, and come back. Hey, listen, in the state of Florida, they allow you to come back the next day. Now, I don't remember, but I don't think so. In the state of Maryland, I think if you fail, you have to wait 2 weeks or something like that. But hey, listen, out here in Florida, they let you come back the next day if you think you're ready. Okay? So, and also in the state of Florida, you have 5 opportunities to take the test. Okay? 5 opportunities to take the test. Okay? But you can't retake the test in the same day. So I have had some questions. Okay, some of these questions make you scratch your head, laugh, or look at them like they crazy. But you know me, I just remain professional at all times, you know. But here's just a few of the questions that I've been asked. If it starts raining, will the test end? Do I need to use my signals? One person was here for the test and then started going to get into the passenger side. I'm like, you're here for the test, not me. So yeah. So, and these are actual things that happened to me as an examiner. On one portion of the test, I told a guy, I want you to back up. You know, back up. And this guy just drove forward. I had people run a stop sign. Very dangerous. Very dangerous if you run a stop sign. Any stop sign, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these places where you are taking the exam, they may be in closed areas, or they may be on the street. You may be on the street taking your exam. Even in enclosed areas, even at my facility, one of the facilities where I worked at, it's an enclosed area, but we had somebody drive another examiner through a fence. So it can be very dangerous. It can be very dangerous. People are coming, they're nervous, they're shaky. You know, they might accidentally put their foot on the gas and they supposed to put it on the brake. Listen, it is a test. You have to take your time. I can't stress it enough. Take your time. So, you know, running the stop sign, driving on the wrong side of the road. And listen, guys, you know, I don't know. I mean, I believe it's for every examiner. If you do a dangerous action, the test is automatically over, guys. There's no, even if you just started the test and you do something dangerous, like almost involved in an accident, run a stop sign, drive on the wrong side of the road, these things, the test is over. It is over. Sir, ma'am, park right here. It's over. So, because I've had a guy come upset, told me I don't know my job. Hey, listen, you know, if you want to be criticized or whatever, I'm all up for it. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I am aware of my job, that I'm to give instruction and observe. When a person drives on the wrong side of the road, that has nothing to do with me. That's that person, and the test is over. Okay? So, when people are upset, they want to talk to the manager. You didn't do it right. Or you, whatever. No, I give the instructions, and you I just observe what you do. So, I had one guy who drove on the wrong side of the road, and then we parked, and he told me, "Oh, the test was too short." No, the test is, oh yeah, it's too short. Yeah, it's short. That's right, because you drove me on the wrong side of the road, and the test is over. I'm not going to see what else you can do. No, when you do a dangerous action, the test is over. Um, and let me just say this, for a husband, a parent, some of the parents are like, "Oh no, he's been practicing for months and 2 weeks, and we've been practicing and this." No, listen. The examiner's job is to give instructions and observes. Please know that the examiner, we did not create the test. We did not create the point system. We are just there giving the instructions and observing. Okay, if your son, daughter didn't pass, I had a young kid told me, "Oh, I drive to school every day." Okay, well, you didn't pass today because this. So, guys, listen, it's not the examiner. It's not the examiner when you do not pass your test. Okay. Sometimes, even as a foreigner, if you're coming and you don't speak English, like I don't speak Spanish, I don't speak French, I don't speak Creole. We have, at least in Florida, we have the test in their language, in your language, Spanish, French, blah, 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 so you read it. Now, if you read in your own language and still do not do whatever it is, the instructions are correctly, and you don't pass, it's not my fault. "Oh, I didn't understand." What you didn't understand? You read it in your language. I don't know, guys, but remember, when you come to the test, we could tell automatically if you have not studied the handbook or if you've not been practicing and you just came up here on a whim and trying to take the test, or "I've been out here driving for 50 years, I think I can pass." We can tell that automatically because there's certain things that you don't do that you should be doing, or "Well, I didn't know I had to do that." Well, if you studied the handbook, you would have known that you had to do that. So, hey guys, it's not the examiner's fault. So, we just give the instructions and observe, okay? We're not the creators of the test or of the scoring of the test. We don't create how many points you get for this and that. It's already set. So, if you are the person, if your son, daughter, or husband or wife does a dangerous action, like I said, the test is over immediately. It's not about the length of the test. Take your time, study your handbook. There are a lot of apps out there. I don't know about apps for actually taking exams. I don't know, but I know that there is a handbook in your local DMV. Read it, and know what's going to be on the test. Practice those things, Don't be angry or mad with the examiner, And even if you angry or mad with the examiner and you feel like, "Oh, I want to speak to the manager," I welcome that. But that's not going to change the test result. That's not going to change that you failed today, and in the state of Florida, yeah, you can come back tomorrow. But, "Oh, I got to go to court. I got to show that I got my license." Hey, listen, it's a test. You're going to be nervous. So if you got court on Wednesday, then you need to be coming a week before. Because what if you don't pass the first time? What if you can't get an appointment the next day? What if, your situation is, "I needed this," or "I'm going out." Oh, one guy told me, "Oh, I'm going back to the state of this tomorrow and I need my," well, tests can only happen one time per day, at least in Florida. One time per day. But they do allow you to come back the next day. So, guys, hey, if people are upset, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh in your face. So I'm gonna remain professional because it's not gonna change anything. You being upset, rude, disrespectful, it's not going to change anything. You know, if your person, whoever you came with, or if yourself, you didn't pass, it's not going to change that. It's not going to change that result. All your anger, frustration, it's not going to change that result. Maybe the next time, if you listen. Because some people are so upset that they failed, or so upset that they just can't believe, oh, I've missed it by 1 point. You can't give me 1 point. No, I cannot. See, have a good day. Come back tomorrow. Tell them everything. They don't want to hear. And that's another problem. You know, when you fail, the examiner should give you some instructions as to what you need to work on, how you need to fix it. But if you, the person who failed, is so upset, because I had one girl like that, oh, I just don't want to get my license. Oh, I don't want to hear. Then when you come back, because you didn't hear me afterwards, and me trying to give you some pointers on how you can pass, then you're gonna come back, and what's gonna happen? You might fail again, because you didn't get that information. You were so upset. So, guys, hey, listen. I like being an examiner. It is sometimes very dangerous, you know, because you don't know, who's behind the wheel, what they're going to do. You know, you really don't know that. So, and my final thing is, I love when I get people who you could tell, one, who has studied the handbook, who has been practicing, or has been taught by a professional. You could really tell those, and they do excellent. I do get some young kids that are real good, at least at passing the exam. It tells me that they're practicing and they're careful out on that road, because it's very dangerous. You know, you have your license, but you really are driving for other people, you know, and you're driving to prevent accidents. I had one guy, now I'm going to tell this brief story. I had one guy where a sheriff actually ran a stop sign. Okay, it's on the exam, right? I worked near a sheriff's office, and one of the sheriffs did run a stop sign. Well, the guy that was taking the test, he saw him. He saw the sheriff run the stop sign, but this guy, he didn't stop or nothing, just kept going. And I said, hey. And you know what he told me? He said, I had the right of way. He had a stop sign. And I said to myself, okay, if you're sitting if you have a green light, right? You have the green light, and the other people have the red light, and the person runs the red light. Because you have the green light, you're going to just have an accident with them? Well, if we have an accident, it'll be their fault because they ran the red. No. I had to. He was a minor, and I made sure I spoke with his parents about that, because even though you might have the right of way, you just don't have an accident because I got the right of way. And you're supposed to be driving to prevent all accidents, not to get in an accident and say, oh, well, I had a green light, you had a red light. No. But at any rate, guys, I just wanted to rant. I apologize if this video is kind of long. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions. Facebook, Instagram, I have my email down there. You can put down there comments if you don't agree. You know, hey, you are entitled to your opinion. But just remember, I will say it again, the examiner's job, whether you're getting your CDL license, regular license, we are only there to give instructions and observe. It is your job to pass your test, to do everything that you're supposed to do, to follow the laws in your state. And to study the handbook so you can be prepared for whatever might be on the test. You know, as when I took my Class A license, we had to study. We had to do the pre-trip inspection. We had to do backing. We had to dock parking, whatever. You need to practice those things so whenever you get to the exam, whichever parking that they might give you. You don't know which parking you're going to get, but you're going to know that you need to park, but you need to study all of them. So that's the same thing for your driver's license. Study your handbook. Learn whatever maneuvers might be on your exam in your state and study all of them so you can be prepared. Take your time. Go slow. It's not a race. Take your time. And if you don't pass the first time, get the information from the examiner. Ask your questions so when you come back, you can pass. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to y'all soon.